What's up, YouTube? Welcome to the Counting Wisdom podcast. It is the end. When I see so many people who are in support of the killings that happened in Israel, the movies that we watch go into play about our character. And I think because so many people watch crazy movies, and they watch just killing being reenacted in film, that when it really happens in reality, I believe that this influences what we see today about how people can support killings that happened in Israel. I think we all also notice that, just for other nations, to not go to war over what happened in Israel, I think is a sign in of itself. For someone to not go to war, Israel took up its stance against what happened. But for, other nations to not join in, is a telling sign of the end times as well, is because it's like they are, okay with that. And I think the world is just becoming more evil. I think people are becoming more evil where something like this can happen and we kind of brush our shoulders off and say, oh, it's not really that bad. And so, when you think about it, how could someone knowingly take the mark of the beast in the end times? How could someone knowingly do that? If you full on know that it's Satan, and you full on know that they're supportive of, evil and unrighteousness and everything that, is against God, against Jesus Christ. Well, I think how we know it's the end times is just seeing people who, I believe would take the mark of the beast, and I think, it's coming. I can't say it's going to be started tomorrow, but there's a few things that need to take place in the book of Revelation that happens. But when you think about, okay, why would someone take the mark of the beast? And I said a few podcasts ago that, I don't know if anyone would be willing to take the mark of the beast now. But yet you see so many people who support, the enemy, they support the killings that happen out there. Then that they would take the mark of the beast, especially when it's pitted against Israel and it's pitted against, the things that they believe in and we as Christians believe in. And so, I just wanted to make a point that, I think there's a lot of people, there's a lot of pastors and teachers out there that are saying, oh, it's not the end, it's not the end times. And, I agree that, we don't know the day or the hour. It could be months from now or, weeks or maybe even years. But to say that, oh, you don't know if it's the end times or you don't know that what's happening is a sign of the time, I think is just blindness, and not to necessarily rag on people. I think we have to be careful and of our own self of, the disagreements we can have with people and it turning into hatred or just turning into, not loving, and just being evil. And so, hey, we have to let people believe what they believe until God steps in and says, hey, this is how someone should believe, and all others need to be destroyed. And so, sometimes you think, oh, how could God send someone to hell? Or, oh, I feel bad for people that go to hell. But it's people that you see that are doing these crazy stuff, and especially the civilians who support it. How could God not send someone to hell? You could call hell prison. And hey, I'm all for someone not going to hell. I believe in mercy. I believe there are certain circumstances that, someone needs to be given a chance to repent, and someone needs to be given a chance to turn their life around and shown mercy. But at the same time, some of this stuff is crazy, and it's so easy for us to brush it off and think, oh, it's not crazy, or, oh, we're not in the end times. And so, I think just, we have to be careful that, the people who are saying that it's not end times, I think we have to be careful of listening to that. Of course, it's going to feel as if no one knows the day or the hour, and we can't pinpoint, oh, if Jesus is going to come back today, or, when exactly Jesus is going to come back. But, we have to conclude that it is the end, and the end is over a period of time, but, it is the end. And so for anyone interested in a movie about end times, I will leave a link in the description of this video of an end times movie that I thought was interesting, even though when it talks about the Gog-Magog war, I personally believe that, the next thing to happen is Revelation chapter 6, the first and second seal being opened. And so that's what I personally believe is going to happen next. And so for us here on earth, I believe the rapture happens, before all the major things happen. But I think that we can start to look up and know that our redemption is drawing near, just because there's so much crazy stuff that's happening that, it's only going to get crazier, and we already think, oh, this is a lot to handle. But yet, especially the tribulation is crazy. And so I think for the wise virgins out there, we have to really, be on our guard and realize that, this is no time to not have oil. This is time to get ready. Thanks for listening. I'll talk to you later.